Solar eclipses can be total, partial, and annular. They are not all created equal. How much of the sun is covered by the moon determines if you can see a total, partial, or annular eclipse. August 21, 2017, we were in Alliance, Nebraska and experienced a total eclipse. In the total solar eclipse, the moon was precisely positioned between the sun and earth, causing the shadow of the moon to fall on earth. It completely blocked our view of the sun for a few minutes. During this short time, it was like witnessing both a sundown and a sunrise within minutes, with the sky darkening between them. These are pictures of that eclipse sent to us by Jeff Shepard, a friend. When it comes down to it all, an annular eclipse is really a partial eclipse because the moon does not totally block out the sun, even for a short time. An annular solar eclipse is similar to a total eclipse in that the moon crosses the sun's path. In a total eclipse, the moon completely covers the sun, while an annular eclipse is partial coverage of the sun. The moon has a slightly elliptical orbit. Sometimes it is a little further from us, and sometimes it is a bit closer. The distance is why the coverage of the sun can vary. At its maximum, an annular eclipse does have a ring of fire showing around the edges. For this adventure, we headed to Torrey, Utah and Capitol Reef National Park to observe the annular eclipse on October 14. We chose Torrey and Capitol Reef National Park because they are close to home and located in the path of the annular eclipse. We stayed at the Broken Spur Inn in Torrey, Utah. It happens to be only 5 minutes from Capitol Reef National Park and even had a destination Tesla charger on site. The food at the steakhouse was delicious. On Friday the 13th, we chose to take a day trip into Capitol Reef National Park to see some of the many stunning rock formations. The fall colors and foliage added to the beauty of the area. The Fruta school that served many children for quite a few years in Fruta. Our stop in Fruta was well worth it too, with delicious homemade pies. We each ate one of the small peach pies and took a cherry and an apple pie to go.
So you think they taste really good, huh?
I think they're delicious, and I'm making a mess everywhere because I can't get it in my mouth fast enough. At least we have another one back at the room.
Yep.
Mm. 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 We enjoyed seeing deer as well. The day was perfect. The next morning, we found the perfect place to set up our tripods to film the eclipse. The moon started crossing the sun around 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, making for a partial eclipse. As the eclipse increased, the sun looked like a giant cookie with a bite out of it. Gradually, the sunlight dimmed, but it did not go dark. The moon was directly in front of the sun for about 4 minutes. This annularity, or maximum eclipse, began about 10:27 and ended about 10:32. It was during this window when the ring of fire appeared around the moon. The distance was too great for the moon to fully cover the sun as in a total eclipse. A ring of fire was left peeking out from behind the moon. The moon in this period diminished the sun's light about 90%. As the moon continued to move across the sun gradually became full again. Unlike in a total eclipse when the protective eye gear can be removed and the eclipse can be viewed when it is in totality with the naked eye for a few minutes, that is not possible with either a partial or annular eclipse because the sun's rays are still too powerful. The rays are intense enough to cause permanent eye damage after only a few seconds of unprotected viewing. To protect our eyes from this damage, we viewed the eclipse with specially designed solar filters or eclipse glasses. We even rigged up solar filters to help protect our iPhones. Yes, the 2023 annular eclipse was definitely worth seeing. Its stunning ring of fire was visible clearly to us and across major swaths of the U.S. It is interesting to note that this is the last annular solar eclipse that will be visible in the United States until June 21, 2039. In that annular eclipse, Alaska will be the only U.S. state in its path. For those wanting to see a total eclipse, you are in luck. April 8, 2024 is the date for a total eclipse. Look at the map to see where the path for the eclipse is. Maybe you can plan to view it. If you miss that total eclipse, you will have to wait until August 23, 2044 for another one.
Walk with me. Let's leave the past behind. Walk with me. There's something else we need to find.